Well, we're taking that for a trip. First of all, let's look at this economy. Don't you think it's fair to say that most Americans think they're already in a recession?
Yes!
And yet the figures show there's still economic growth. I'm going to explain why you think you're in a recession, because you are.
That's right.
Even though the economy isn't, you are. And here's why. Number one, we went back to trickle-down economics. We got rid of those surpluses, the balanced budgets, all that you, that would take this country out of debt in 7 years. And maybe we would be worried about our retirement, hurting our children, and our children's ability to raise and educate our grandchildren. We added $4 trillion to the national debt. We put a $30,000 birth tax on every child born in North Carolina. And doing it, we gave all the tax cuts to the wealthiest Americans and all the subsidies to the most well-connected. And we created a mess. 90% of the gains of this last decade went to the top 10% of wage earners.
Yes, they do.
Listen to this. 43% to the top 1%, big chunk of that to the top 1/10%. So what was the result? Median family income rose $7,500 after inflation when I was president across all racial and regional lines. As a matter of fact, even though we had a record number of millionaires, the incomes of the bottom 20% of earners in percentage terms rose more than the top 5%. That's the way America works best, when we're all going together. But in this decade, median family income after inflation is $1,000 lower today than it was the day I left office. While the price of fuel has exploded $2,000, healthcare costs have doubled, college costs up 75%, the average debt of a college graduate up more than 50%. This year it will cost $450 to run the average car, which means if you live in the country and drive more, it's more. And it will cost $250 more to feed the average family, which means if you got more mouths to feed, it's more. That's why you think you're in a recession. Because a recession is 6 months or more of negative economic growth, and most Americans have had way more than that because of flat incomes and exploding costs.